Gold. That is something else that people are looking to get into. Remember, I talked a little bit about weed and what we see and what we hear about weed. The same thing is going on with gold. Gold losing luster as yields edge up. All right, more than $100 off its September high. One possible reason for gold losing its luster. More bonds are showing a positive yield gain, notes Commerce Bank's Daniel Bresman. That makes gold, which yields no interest, less attractive to investors. So let's talk a little bit about gold. All right. So that was just the story on gold. I'm going to bring up a couple of gold stocks for you. First of them is the gold bugs. Now, the gold bugs is an index that tracks all of the gold. All right. And I can see whether gold as a whole is moving up or moving down. I'm also going to look at dust, and I'm also going to look at nugget. Now, what does that mean? Dust is the bearish way to play gold. Nugget, and these are ETFs. Nugget is the bullish way to play gold. But let's start off by looking all of the ETFs, because they're all ETFs, relative value, relative safeties, we're both going to be at 1. But notice that dust, which is the bearish side of gold, has an RT above 1. That tells me that the bearish side of gold is moving up as far as ETF. That in and of itself is enough to tell you it may not be the right time to be in gold unless you're playing it to the downside. Rich, this may be something that you and your guys need to look at, is from a gold perspective. And guess what? Dust has options. Dust has options. Let's go look at these three. Dust does have options. And there he is. There's the HUI. The HUI looks at the gold bugs. Overall, what are the gold bugs doing? Moving sideways. Also below the 20-day exponential moving average as well. All right? So that's gold as a whole. Now let's look at the bullish side and the bearish side of gold. Dust, which is the ETF short for gold. Look at it rock and roll. Look at it approaching the 3-month high. Look at it approaching the 3-month high above the 20-day exponential moving average. But what does catch my attention? Look at the falling volume. Volume is conviction. If I'm watching dust, which is the inverse of the positive to gold, if it's moving up, I really want to see rising volume as well. But I do like that the stock's price is approaching the level of the 3-month high right here. Let me make that a little darker. Style, make that a little darker. There you go. And look at where we are. If this is a good level of resistance, what should happen? Dust, which is the inverse of gold, should reverse and bounce off of that and come back down. Or if gold continues to fall, this is an early entry to break above. All right, let's go to the last one. And the same thing, watch that volume. Watch that volume. And Rich says it's got to clear 857, and you're right. I got 867, Rich. I got that it's got to clear 867, which is the 3-month high. And if it does, that may be a great play for you guys in Rich's class there to take advantage of the inverse of gold. But we're watching it right here, setting you up for it now. That's the power of the software. And let's go to the bullish side. If that's the bearish side and it's moving up, the bullish side should be doing what? Moving down. So instead of buying puts on Nugget, why not buy calls on dust? All right, there you go. All right, so that was my next segment, which was on gold. And I did want to address 2 speculative pieces of the market, both in the marijuana side and on the gold side, because those are something that are popular the majority of the time. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Now, if you're new to the software or would like refresher information about the software, click on this Getting Started video right here. Thanks to all of your input, here's a YouTube video that we think would be perfect for you. Click right here. If nothing else, folks, just hit the subscribe button right here.